We're here in the northern part of Chubut province. We've driven northward from Las Plumas, where we were this morning, and we're here with our colleague, Professor Gabriel Carles from Universidad Nacional de la Patagonia, San Juan Bosco, National University of Patagonia in English. This is a stream bed that we're standing on. It's called the Arroyo Perdido. It's a stream that Gabriel's worked on, particularly because there was a very large flood here in 2017. And I'm just going to ask Gabriel a few questions about that particular flood. So to start with, can you say what the characteristics of the flood were in terms of its width and its depth and its velocity?
Yes, it was a very extraordinary flood. It was not common to have here all the valley flooded. So we estimated some kind of 2,000 cubic meters per second, critical flow, 2-3 meters per second of speed, and let's say 1.5 depth. So it was very amazing. You can see the bridge. The bridge is not very wide. It's actually narrow comparing with the width of the stream, and it is quite normal because the floods are very rare here. So it's not worth to build a wide bridge.
So you say floods are not very normal here. How often would a small flood, let's say of 30 centimeters deep, occur, and how often would the big flood like 2017 occur?
Yes, because we have to think that the basin is very wide. We have 5,000 square kilometers upstream, and the rains that we go through coming here are very concentrated. So the rains affect only partly of the basin. So then you have infiltration. The soil is very sandy here, so there is a lot of infiltration, a lot of water losses inside the stream. So it is very rare to have a large flood. So we were traveling with a woman who lives here, and she told us that the days before the rainfall, it was raining 2-3 days continuously. So we imagine that the basin was pretty wet, and that's why we had this large flood here.
So would you say that large flood was a 1 in 10-year event, or a 1 in 20-year event, or a 1 in 30, or is there any sense of that?
Yes, the problem is that we have no data from these streams because the density of population is very low. So the witnesses are very also rare. But we could analyze the rainfall frequency, and we estimated a probability that was 1 in 4,000 years or so. It was very large event and very rare.
So if we just turn to the bridge here, if Manu pans the camera, we can see a lot of trash piled up against the upstream side of the bridge piers, grasses and bits of wood and so on. And I assume this is the kind of evidence you look for after the flood has taken place to reconstruct its depth and its discharge.
Yes, it is quite amazing to imagine the level of the flood, 2 or 3 meters here, and we made the cross sections, and we took a ridge, we made cross sections, and we measured the highest level we could find, and then we perform hydraulic simulation, and that's more or less the methodology that we follow to have a figure of the intensity of the flood. 2,000 here, and then we have the Salty Creek. This is a tributary. We estimated 1,400. So you can sum all this discharge, and you have above 3,000 cubic meters per second downstream.
Okay, muchas gracias por las informaciones sobre las crecidas. Many thanks for the information about the floods. As we travel around this part of Chubut province, we're going to find and see much more evidence for flash floods, and we shall do some other videos at other points along the way. Muchas gracias.